Never complain, never quit, never doubt. That sounds extreme, right? Good. Extreme is what you need when life keeps testing you. Most people don't lose because they're stupid. They lose because they leak energy. A bad mood shows up, and they start talking about how unfair it is. A problem hits and they start looking for an exit. One mistake happens and they start thinking, maybe I'm not built for this. And it's quiet. No explosion. Just small choices that stack up. Until one day you look around and realize you've been standing still for months. Here's what I'm giving you today. Not motivation. Not believe in yourself. A simple iron mind code you can run on any day. 3 rules. When you want to complain, you switch to action. When you want to quit, you shrink the task and keep the chain. When you start doubting, you stop debating and you move. That's how relentless people are made. Not by hype, by reps. You don't need a new personality. You need a standard. A line you don't cross. Even when you're tired. Even when nobody is watching. Stay with me. We'll break each rule down. Short, clear, practical. And by the end, you'll have a way to handle pressure without falling apart. Let's start with rule 1. Never complain. Not because you're trying to be positive. Not because life is fair. Because complaining makes you weaker. It takes a real problem and turns it into a habit. A habit of talking. A habit of feeling stuck. You had a bad day. That's real. Say it once. Then stop feeding it. Because the more you repeat the story, the heavier it gets. You start sounding like someone life is happening to. And when you talk like that, you stop looking for options. Complaining also steals time. It feels like doing something. But nothing changes. Iron mind is simple. Name the problem. Short. Clear. Then ask one question. What's the next step? That question pulls you forward. When you complain, you stay in the past. When you act, you step into the present. So here's the move. Catch the complaint early, before it turns into a speech. If you hear yourself starting, stop. Mid-sentence if you have to. Swap it with a clean line. Okay, next step. Then do one small thing. Send one message. Write one paragraph. Clean one corner. Take one walk. Small action. Real action. Because relentless people don't have easier lives. They just don't waste energy on useless words. And once you stop complaining, you'll feel something else. Quiet. That quiet is good. But it also brings the next enemy. Quitting. So let's go to rule 2. So, never quit. This is where most people fail. Not at the start. In the middle. They work for a week. No results. They stop. They try again. One bad day. They stop. They don't quit because it's impossible. They quit because it's uncomfortable. And quitting feels like relief. For a moment. Then it turns into something else. Regret. Self-hate. That quiet thought, I always do this. Iron mind doesn't promise easy. It promises forward. Here's the rule. When you want to quit, don't make a big decision. Don't say, I'm done. Just reduce the size. Keep the chain. If you can't do an hour, do 10 minutes. If you can't do 10, do 2. But do something. Because the goal is not to win today. The goal is to stay in the game. Relentless people have bad days too. They just don't use them as an exit. They finish ugly. They finish tired. They finish anyway. Now, when you stop quitting, another problem shows up. A quieter one. Doubt. So let's go to rule 3. Never doubt. Part 3, never doubt. Now the quiet one. Doubt. Doubt is not thinking. It's fear in your head. It sounds like this. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if this is pointless? And once you listen to it, you slow down. You start late. You stop early. You quit before you quit. Iron mind doesn't argue with doubt. It doesn't try to feel confident. It does something simpler. It goes back to the next step. One step. Right now. Because doubt grows when you sit still. It gets smaller when you move. So here's the rule. When doubt shows up, don't discuss it. Don't explain it. Don't feed it. Just act. Write one paragraph. Do one set. Send one message. Edit 1 minute. Apply once. Small action. Real action. Relentless is built like that. Not with big confidence, with small proof. Now you have the 3 laws. Never complain. Never quit. Never doubt. Next, I'll tie them together into one simple daily way to live, so you can use this every day. Part 4 put the 3 laws into one day. So now you have the 3 laws. Never complain. Never quit. Never doubt. But how do you use them in real life? On a random Tuesday, when you're tired, here's the simple way. Morning. No complaining. No, I hate this. No, I'm not in the mood. Just one sentence. Okay, next step. Then do one small task. Something real. 2 minutes or 20 minutes. Doesn't matter. Just start. Midday. This is when quitting shows up. You feel behind. You feel annoyed. So don't quit. Shrink it. Do the minimum. Keep the chain. Night. This is when doubt gets loud. So don't debate it. Don't sit there thinking. Prove yourself with one action. One page. One set. One edit. One application. That's it. These laws don't need a perfect life. They need reps. And if you do this every day, something changes. You stop needing motivation. You start trusting your own actions. Now I'll give you one short line to remember. Use it when things get hard. Let's close this clean. You don't need a new personality. You need a line you don't cross. Never complain. Because the more you complain, the more powerless you feel. You start talking like life is happening to you. And that mindset makes you small. Never quit. Because quitting is training. Every time you quit, you teach your brain. Pressure means exit. Then the next time gets easier to quit. And the next. Never doubt. Because doubt is normal. But if you sit with it, it grows. If you move, it shrinks. So don't debate your thoughts like they're truth. Answer them with action. Here's what I want you to do today. Pick one thing you've been avoiding. 1. Not 10. Not your whole life. Do the next step. Right after this video. Small is fine, but real. And when the excuses show up, use the code. No complain, no quit, no doubt. Next step. If you're done being soft, comment so too right now. Just 2. No speeches. Then write one line. My next step is, because this is how Relentless is built. Not with hype, with proof. And remember this. The weak scroll, the strong reflect. Stop scrolling, reflect, then move.